Brent Brooks from High Rise Firefighting. Today I'm going to continue talking about the Standpipe kit. I've been breaking down each of the equipment that we use and giving you a better description of it. So we've got to the point where we're at the 2-inch spring clamp. The 2-inch spring clamps are fantastic when they're not hyperextended, and I'll explain that in a second. When we first got the spring clamps, they're great because you can pretty much attach them everywhere. We used to put them on the handle. Not a bad idea, but what was happening with the glove firefighter's hand in the winter, having two on there was a little bit problematic. The other problem is when we open the kit with the spring clamp engaged, now the spring clamp is a little bit out of play. So we've resorted to putting them on the outside of the bag, and we haven't had any problems since putting them there. Spring clamps, when I talked about them getting hyperextended, here's what a bad one looks like. It doesn't look like an A anymore. Here's a good one. That looks like an A. Once it becomes hyperextended and you put it on the hinge side of the door and it's like this, it's going to jettison off, and it's not going to be very effective. Where we do use them is we use them initially. You're going to use them as soon as you get in the lobby. That first in crew is going to have access. They're going to get that door open, and that door has the potential to lock. We've been using wooden door wedges. An occupant, coming or going, knocks that door, that wooden wedge is gone. This gives us better control than what a wooden wedge would do. If we put it on the lock side, it'll allow that door, lobby door to close. It'll help keep the buoyancy in the building, allowing that lobby door to close, and the whole stack effect principle. So great for the lobby door on the lock side. When we get up to the fire floor, however, and we have to do a floor below stretch, we're going to want to, if we're running a hose line through it, we're going to want to put this on the hinge side. That hinge side, when putting the 2-inch spring clamp, allows that door to stay in the open position. That's huge for us. So we knock it, we bump it, which we do as firefighters. We don't have to worry about that door closing on us. The other side we can use the door on the stairwell is we can use it on the lock side. It'll allow that door to close and will maintain that pressure isolation or prevent smoke from getting into that stairwell. Also, we can use this on an area of refuge. So if we want to make an area of refuge, especially in a motel and a hotel where all those unit doors close and lock behind us, we can actually force that door, put this on the lock side, and now we have an area of refuge. If we get into a bad fire and we lose water, or it's wind impacted with a flow path and we have to retreat, sometimes it's hard to remember your door count. Sometimes you get turned around and may proceed the wrong direction. So if you have an area of refuge that has a spring clamp on it, you'll be able to get in there. Just make sure it's on the same side as the fire and not on the opposite side. Mag locks. These can be used on the mag locks. Sometimes the mag locks have a little lip. You can put it on that. It's magnetic. It can stick to the mag lock. Tons of options. The point of all this is get out in the area, figure out where you can use your 2-inch spring clamp. We carry them on the bag, like I said. A lot of firefighters attach them to their bunker coat and carry them around for all sorts of uses. Another good use is when you're operating off a Class 2 or Class 3 cabinet. That cabinet door tends to swing the entire firefight. We hit it, we knock it, it's got glass on it. Once you get that door open, you can take that 2-inch spring clamp, put it on the hinge side, and it'll keep that cabinet door out of our working area, and it's a little bit safer for us as well. If you have any other ideas that's related to high-rise firefighting where we could use a spring clamp, give me a shout. I like to use them. They work great as long as they're not hyperextended. These little tabs also come off of them, and it will scratch the door. Not a big deal. We've invited to the building to do some work, so there's going to be some scratches. But if you want, you can remove these, put some glue on them, put them back on, and like I did on this one, and it actually lasted quite a bit longer. But that's it for the 2-inch spring clamp. I'm Brent Brooks from High Rise Firefighting. Please be safe.